Today, I'll be washing my hair in preparation to cut down my 7 weeks wolf. So in this video, I'll teach you everything you need to know to have a really good wash in detail. Alright, so I recorded this footage around 1 day before I cut down my wolf. This is right after the Dollar Tree challenge, like right when that video ends, this one begins. So here, my hair's a little bit messed up. So also if you mess up your hair, this is how you can easily bounce back. Ingredients you'll need, well, not really ingredients, but a spray bottle. I like to use the oil during the wash because it helps your hair out. A detangling hairbrush and a brush. You want to make sure that brush is like a medium hard brush, because when you're wolfing for a long time, using a medium brush for your waves isn't going to cut it. That's why I literally just messed up my waves, so make sure you don't make that same mistake. A shampoo bar because it lathers better. And I even put in a different shampoo, liquid shampoo. I think I use that first as just scramble wash. Sometimes you can use a normal liquid shampoo just to get a little bit better of a wash to make your hair more clean. And also I'm going to use what do you call that, bro? A crown patch, and then a comb, and then combs and things like that to help me out with my crown, because when you use a crown patch plus a liquid shampoo bar plus a nice hard brush, it really helps your crown out a lot. So yeah, as you can see, this does not look like a 7 weeks wolf. That's because the last time I cut down my wolf, I cut it down to like a 2.5, and that's pretty high. So when you cut down your wolf high, you want to make sure you don't wolf for that long. So I made a mistake of wolfing for too long, even though I just cut down my wolf. Yeah, two of those combined is not a good thing. So looks, this is more probably like a 10 weeks wolf adjusted for, but you don't even really get the benefits of wolfing for 10 weeks if you do this. So yeah, if you cut down high, make sure it's for a short amount of time. I think Cherry Kings made like a method where you cut down your wolf every 4 weeks, but you cut down high, so you kind of like hack the progress you make. But here, I never ever comb my hair back all the way in scramble wash because I was scared of getting a fork. But I already have this fork, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. Really, you don't need to be scared of that if you know you're laying down your hair really well. And the higher up your hair is, the less of a chance that is, if that makes any sense. So like scramble washing, 2 weeks after you cut down your wolf, probably won't do anything to your hair, but scramble washing, 8 weeks after you cut down your wolf, you have a lot higher of a chance to mess something up, so you have to be extra careful. So here, wash out your hair. We do the little pre-washes. Yeah, I go ahead and I use this shampoo because I just want to get a nice good wash. I don't know why, because the last shampoo I used was like completely unnatural and store-bought, so I probably did get a good wash from that, but I guess I just wanted to cleanse everything. And yeah, you see those curls? Waves are lay down curls. So if you have curls like that, you're gonna get waves like this, as you'll see when we see the results. And here, I'm just gonna make sure my scalp is completely clean. Maybe I just hurt myself. I don't know what happened there. Your scalp's clean, especially the more clean you can get on the first wash. It means you don't have to do 2, 3 pre-washes, because a lot of times, a lot of elite wavers, they end up doing like 3 pre-washes for their 1 wash, and that just wastes a lot of time. Okay, after that, you go ahead, you rinse everything out. Of course, I didn't rinse it out with my spray bottle, but now I'm just gonna go straight into the shampoo bar. So the lather becomes a lot easier when your hair is wet and you have a lot of curls and it's clean. Clean hair equals a lot of lather. Clean hair plus shampoo bar equals thick lather. That's what we want it thick. Now we're just scrambling our hair again just to lather our hair up. I think my shampoo bar is still in my hand. Too much lather can be a bad thing, but you can never have too much lather at the same time. Because essentially, you want to see them noodles when you get that detangling hairbrush. This is why you have to wolf. So, got my detangling hairbrush, and look how my hair just lays down right into place, like so easily. But I do start off with my crown, so it doesn't look as sexy on camera. But you really should start with your crown, because that's the foundation of your hair. Mess up your crown by accident, you mess up everything, really. Because if that fork that happened here happened in my crown, it would be 10 times worse, because then I have to move it and it's gonna make a whole new shape. So it's a good thing it happened down here, but yeah. So yeah, now you see how my crown easily comes into place because it's trained. And because we have a shampoo bar and we have good lather with the detangling hairbrush. So it's all a combination. You need all these things for a good wash. Now just look at them noodles right there. Looks like a ramen noodle pack. Like that's, if your hair never looks like this on a wolf, bro, when you're washing, you're doing something wrong. Because look at that, it just looks, that's perfect. That's everything you need. With lather like that, you can wash your hair for a long time. You can go for you typically don't want to wash your hair too long, because the longer you do a washing style, the higher the probability of you messing up your waves, because it's such a delicate thing. But you can go for a good 40 minutes just brushing untimed but just locked in. You really don't need to use your detangling brush for that long. Max amount of time you need to use it for. Don't even time it, just make sure your hair is completely straightened out. It won't lay down in your hair per se, but it'll make sure everything's in place. So When everything is in place and you feel and you're bored or playing with your hair, then you can move on to your brush. Because your brush is what's gonna make you progress, not the detangling hairbrush. But you can also use a detangling hairbrush for when you're conditioning your hair. I don't really recommend wavers condition your hair because they can just moisturize with hair products afterwards, so it kind of defeats the purpose. But you can use a detangling hairbrush. Is better than using a normal brush because you don't make that much lather with a normal brush and conditioner. So yeah, here I want to make sure my brush is pre-lathered. So I'm gonna put some soap in it, put some water in it. I'm gonna mix it up, and you want our brush to be firm, and then boom, we start with that crown, and then we go crazy. I know my angles pretty well, so I kind of recommend you don't just do a bunch of fast strokes, 60 strokes each angle, all 8 angles. Now somebody one of my members in my school community, he asked that like, how many like angles do you have on your crown? And I told him like, there's no, for at least Beehive, for example, there's no angle limit. You should just go with the flow because your crown determines the shape of the rest of your waves. You're gonna end up making forks. It's gonna be unnatural. You want it all to flow. Just brush your crown and see how things develop. But don't force yourself to angles because sometimes your crown, you might need to pull this. It might be like a crunched up circle. You need to pull this side out and this side needs to come out, but this side can be too much out. So you have to brush it this way. There's too much room for only 8 angles or a fixed amount of angles. And 8 angles is not even a lot. Yeah, you don't count angles on your crown. Go with the flow. Just remember to brush from your crown and go down. This is like a perfect wash right here. Shampoo bar, because your crown often gets messed up during washing styles. Once you do this method in this video where you use a shampoo bar, a hard enough brush with a pointy enough tip, plus a crown patch, it should be in there. You're gonna go from losing progress every wash to making progress every wash. So out here, I'm so sad because my fork doesn't seem like it's gonna go away during this wash. It's a reminder why you need to be very, very careful when you're doing this method, because this method got my waves to look like this, but it can also take away your waves if you don't do it correctly. And if you don't pay enough attention to what you're doing, or if you use bad products and Dollar Tree products as a fun little challenge where you actually end up messing up your waves. Yo, if that video doesn't get 1 million views on YouTube, JK. But still though, like that video, it's doing okay, but still bro, to mess up my waves, like people think it's clickbait. No, my waves actually got messed up doing this thing, bro. So yeah, that's an example of a poorly done washing style. Is that video trying to get my waves back using Dollar Tree products? Nah, you don't want to do that. You want to more follow something like this, because at the end of this you'll see that I didn't end up losing my waves. It's like you take 10 steps back, but I still took 1 step forward. Around the halfway mark of your washing style, you should notice your hair to like the water kind of goes away and you're not lathering enough. And that's completely normal. All you really do is add some more shampoo and some more water. The more watery lather you get and the more shampoo you add, the more thick, but maybe it won't be thick enough to truly lather. So it's a kind of a weird mix, and it even gets even worse once you add in oil, because oil and water don't mix. So it's pretty odd when you like mix oil and water and shampoo in your hair. But after you put the oil is where I usually see the best lather, because first of all, I'm like rejuvenating the lather that was already in my hair. And I feel like the oil does something. I don't know if this is the same for all oils, but like the all natural penetrative oil, like the 2,6-can wavy oil I'm using in this, that I typically use in my washes, it usually gets the job done. So I want to make sure you being careful with your strokes. You see how I'm brushing like this? A lot of wave YouTubers, you brush like this on camera, but that's just because you can see the angle better. But you can technically see the angle better from the back because you can see a higher percentage of my waves. It's not like the sexy part of my waves, but you can like see like my crown, my back left, back right. But you're often areas, those areas right there that I just mentioned are the areas people struggle with the most, but it's the areas we don't show. And then you can also use crown specific brushes like this. This is a little one from 2,6-can wavy. I don't know if you order something, you might just throw it in. I guess you can buy it off the website, but you see, crown specific brushes help you out a lot because just using a normal brush wouldn't get it done. Like I'm using a curved brush here. If I were to use a normal straight brush, it's gonna be a lot harder. One time I gained a fork in my crown by using a straight brush to brush my crown. So it's like, you don't want to do that. Make sure you invest in your crown, because that's really, your crown is your wave. It's not just a bald spot, it's the most important part of your wave. So towards the 2/3 of your wash, so like towards that area, the last third of your wash, that's when I go ahead, I lay down my hair completely with my hands, and then I go ahead and I pick out an oil, an all natural penetrative oil, and I put that in my hair. Listen, there is no reason to do this without an all natural oil. So if you have a wild hair girl oil sitting around or whatever, even though oil is kind of hard to like not make natural, don't even bother putting it in here. Make sure it's a good one, preferably from an all natural BOB. Then I just go ahead and put that in my hair. I make sure I kind of concentrate it on my crown because that's usually where my brush strokes start. While I'm doing a wash and style, because I like to vertical brush with my curved brush. This sounds like a lot of jargon, but you'll get it one day. And if you want to get it quicker, join wave school. Because if you want to take your waves to the next level, I recommend joining wave school, link in the description. If you don't understand a lot of the jibby jabber I'm saying here, if you just want to get better waves as fast as possible, like buying a product isn't going to get you waves, but wave school will. And also we do product giveaways every month. Give away like 2 products or 2 packages of products. 1 package of products for the most active member and then 1 for a random member in the group. The members are gonna grow over time, so less members, a higher chance of you winning a product, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, here's the mix of everything I was talking about. So you see my lather kind of goes away a little bit, but then it comes back strong because we got the perfect mix of oil, perfect mix of our shampoo bar, and a perfect mix of water. And then this is honestly the best part of the wash. I am thinking of moving this part of my wash to the beginning of my wash because in the beginning we want to use hot water to open up your pores, but brushing your hair is also going to open up your pores. So I really don't know if starting off with the oil would be better. Maybe it might be harder to catch the lather. So maybe you should do this in the first 1/3 of your wash, but I think I might experiment with that. If you're in wave school, and go ahead and put that in there if you go ahead and try that. It's a minor detail, but I think it could make washes a lot better by moving oil up in priority. But yeah, you see how the lather is really coming in now? They're really laying down now, everything into place. And this is where we really are gonna make a lot of progress right here. So imagine if you do this twice a week for an entire year. Tell me that you won't have near flawless waves, bro. If you're doing everything in this video, if you're taking care of your strokes, washing your angles, taking care of your hair, washing your brush strokes, making sure you know the products you're using is healthy, using a shampoo bar, you're gonna get there. All it takes is patience, and honestly, it doesn't take much patience once you're doing everything right, you know? It's just a matter of, are you doing the right things for your goal? And if you want to get waves as fast as possible, you do this, learn how to do the wash and style correctly, use natural products, and join wave school. But yeah, now I'm at the end of the wash and style. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay everything down. I see a lot of different versions of doing this. A lot of people, they like to make sure the hair is nice and watery. I like my lather to be a little thick when I'm laying it down, and then I spray water, and towards the end, make it a little bit more slippery. I think that's a little bit better. And yeah, you wanna make sure, if you wanna go back, this is usually the hardest part, making sure everything is laid down. Especially the longer you're wolfing, the more time I'm gonna have to spend on this and the harder it becomes. I'm so depressed that my fork hasn't magically went away yet. But it has started to move back in one wash. It probably moved like a millimeter. And over the course of like 100 washes, it should be gone. Wanna make sure everything's laid in place, so then boom, you add your crown patch. The way you put on your do-rag when you have a wash and style, the way your hair is then, the way it will dry. But the problem with your crown is gonna get messed up because it's not compressed as well, because especially if you're using a lower quality do-rag, it can even be pointy and it can be air bubble. So to fix that, we put the crown patch. So now your crown is perfectly in place, and then you put the crown patch on that. That means the way your hair dries in the do-rag means that's the way your hair and your crown is gonna look afterwards, and you're gonna make progress. Like literally, like let's say I have a fork right here, brushing it, you're not gonna see much progress during one wash and style, but every single stroke on your crown, you will see progress, honestly. So here, I carefully put on my do-rag, because I really wanna stress that. This is how I like to style my do-rag. I like to flip it up on the back and kind of twirl it like pigtails with it tied up on the top. I kind of want to make sure it's tied up like 3 times. So it's like you do a shoelace, put it up, pigtails, knot, and then knot, so you can't knot it anymore. And then a lot of people, they like the watery lather when they're laying down their hair at the end, so they can get that lather and then boom, boom, boom. But no. All right, so now, I promise you, I have on clothes. I'm not naked, bro. It's always awkward recording these from YouTube, but everyone's like, did you rinse out the shampoo? Did you just leave out the shampoo in your hair? Do I take the do-rag off to rinse out my shampoo? No, that's what you wanna do. You rinse your do-rag, rinse all the shampoo out with your do-rag on. It seems really weird and odd for everyone who's seeing this for the first time and people who don't know. But if you're a waver, you know. This way, everything stays in place. But we wanna make sure the thorough rinse, and you also wanna make sure you're doing it with cold water, especially if you have all natural products. I don't recommend rinsing it out in the shower all the time because you don't take cold showers unless you do, but it's a little bit uncomfortable to take cold showers, obviously, but you wanna rinse your hair with cold water. And if you're using the shower, you might as well just take a shower. But one thing you can do, if your sink is big enough, mine really isn't, so it's kinda hard to, but I can still do it, is just put your head in the sink, rinse it out with cold water. That's what like DCC usually does. That's what a lot of wavers do. I do it when I have access to a sink, or if I would just want to record a clip and I don't feel like I'm butt naked on YouTube. I don't know if we keep that in the video, but want to make sure you kind of just like tap your head. You don't want to. If you do that, you're gonna mess up your waves and it's gonna dry and you're gonna be like, oh, my waves got messed up, what happened? Before you take off your do-rag, 2 things you can do. The first thing, I only recommend doing if you're an elite waver and you know what you're doing. If you're tired of having your do-rag be wet and you don't like the feeling of this being wet, after like 30 minutes, you can take off your do-rag and switch it out. And then you can also use that as an opportunity to do the Hatman method, where you moisturize your hair without having to brush your hair. Look up wave manager Hatman method if you don't know about that, or cold towel method. But all thing you can do is just switch it out, normal dry do-rag, and it will dry exponentially quicker. I often do that the day after, get a haircut, and I do a wash and style at the same time, because we need to hurry up. We need our hair to be completely dry. Honestly, I know as a beginner waver, you're very eager and anxious to see your hair dry. Like, I literally remember like washing my hair and I can't wait to look at the results. I can't help myself, and my do-rag was so be wet and I'm taking it off. Bro, just do a wash and style before you go to sleep. Wake up, see the results. Wait for your hair to be completely dry. That's where you will get the best results. Trust me, I know it can be hard, but you want the best results. You don't want to mess everything up. You want to keep progressing. Just wait for everything to calm down. So now we see the results. Now, one mistake I made here, which didn't mess up my waves, but just didn't make the unrag as smooth, was that I didn't wrench out my hair enough. As you can see, when I unrag, a little piece of hair gets caught and it goes up. Now, that never happens to me. I'm so sad about my fork, but I did start to move it already from the first wash. But you see how that comes up? Either my hypothesis is that I didn't rinse my hair well enough in that spot, or that's my weak side, and my weak side is looking crazy as well. But I didn't rinse my hair well enough in that spot, so there's a little bit of like soap there, and then it led to it sticking on my do-rag. You shouldn't have to worry about that. That usually never happens. But yeah, so right after this, I went ahead and I got my hair cut. So watch this video right here to learn everything you should do to get a haircut. I'll be going over the wash and style like you saw in this video, and then everything you should do before and after your haircut. Check that out. Thanks for watching. God bless. Bye.